So everybody, Riddler the Elf here, and first off I just want to say I have a lot of updates to do, so I'm probably going to put it up on the screen somewhere for you to click or just say where you should go if you want to skip the updates. So I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Okay, so, well, that wasn't quite a couple seconds, but whatever. So, updates. First of all, I've added quite a few mods. I've got MechJeb working. Well, the most notable ones, I got MechJeb working. I don't know if I had this in the last episode, but I have procedural fairings. I'm pretty sure I had that. Stretchy tanks, that's also there. Beautification mod, that's there. Remote tech, that's there. And last episode, which I deleted because I didn't feel good about that episode, so I've deleted it. It would be episode 7, but all I did was put up these satellites. It was a lot of frustration and rage. I also put up a space station, of which we will be visiting in this episode. Let's see, what else have I added? Oh yes, I've added a very awesome mod. Very awesome mod. Yeah. First of all, I added raster whatever prop monitor, and then I added the KSI MFD, so that the raster prop monitor just is like a demo for stuff like the KSI MFD or for the B9 Aerospace pack, which contains the raster prop monitor mod. So yeah, KSP or the KSI MFD just adds more to it. Adds more to all this, and also check out this little logo, or the little thing, little flag for our company. So yeah, in this episode I want to give myself a bit of a challenge, and I want to try and do as much of this as possible from IVA. It might be a little boring, but it's maybe not, but I might be using IVA a bit more frequently than usual, at the very least. So yeah, we're just gonna get going here, and we're gonna turn SAS. We're gonna throttle up. We're at least gonna start this. You know what? We're gonna start this out here like this. So, first of all, I want to apologize for not really being around for the last 9 days. I've had school start back up, of course, because spring break is over. And also that, of course, means the objective is kind of failed for this series, but I'm still going to continue it. The original objective, of course, being to get warp drive before the end of my spring break. But since that's not happening, I'm just going to continue the series. I'm going to keep playing. And I also want to note that this is my third take of this, because first take, some technical problems occurred. Second take, I got so close. I was recording, and I was just so close to docking to the space station, because this is the power module for it, since I haven't sent up enough power. Since I didn't really, because it just needs it. Okay, it just needs it. And I got so close. I was right about to dock with it, but some space debris came by, and it started becoming the movie Gravity. Yeah, my solar panels fell off. They all crushed. Half of the solar panels on this were crushed. They were gone. They were just floating around. So I just kind of rage quit and just sat back for a while and kind of contemplated what was going on. So yeah, and I was wondering whether or not I should even keep playing today, but I've been meaning to get this video out for so long. I just want to get this space station module up, and I'll show you the station as soon as we get there, or when we get there. So yeah, I'm gonna do this part at least from IVA, because it honestly is pretty awesome to do it. It does get a bit boring, so I'm not going to be doing full IVA, but, I might check back occasionally. And by occasionally, I mean more frequently than you'd think. So, if that made any sense, there's a velocity, our altitude. So we have, just to state what we got in here, we have the hotkeys 1 through 0. We have all these buttons indicating certain functions of the ship. We have these, which actually work. Like SAS is this light blue one that'll come on when SAS turns on. This is our atmosphere gauge, our surface, of course, our current velocity according to surface, orbit, or target. Our radar altitude, I don't really know what that is. The rate of acceleration, maybe. nav ball, um, pitch, roll, and yaw. The takeoff assistant. Oh, and this has, as far as I'm aware, this has no purpose. The takeoff assistant, the orbiting screen, and the enhanced nav ball. Which, not the mod, but it just has more stuff on it. So yeah. And it's digital, so. And of course, logo! And then we have our little panel, we have our little window there. Can't really see out of right now. Oh well. And now let's ditch those stages. Make sure that successfully is gone. Okay, and let's do a late gravity turn that I just totally screwed up. Oh well. Of course, this is our throttle right here. Yep. Oh, and on this screen we have pitch, roll, excuse me, horizontal, vertical, horizontal speed, vertical speed. Excuse me, just yeah. And then our SAS, which is active, RCS is off, and that's our surface that switches to surface mode for our nav ball. But I do not want surface mode. I don't really, well, I want surface mode now, but later I want, well, right now I'm in surface mode. I got that wrong. Right now I'm in surface mode, and then I can click it to go into orbit mode, but I want to be in surface mode right now. And then we got screens here, which show, this takeoff assistant shows some basic takeoff information, our ground velocity, orbital velocity, apoapsis, time to apoapsis, our altitude, just our time for the whole mission, our thrust to weight ratio, we're at what stage we're on, all that good stuff. And then this orbiter, this orbiting window just tells us our velocity, altitude, apoapsis, height of apoapsis, height of periapsis, time to time to apoapsis, time to periapsis, our inclination, our eccentricity. I don't know what these two are. I just ignore them. I believe that's not our full mission time. I don't know what that is. I just ignore these three, really. And then this inclination and eccentricity are fairly useful. It gets more useful as it goes up. And then there's this, which breaks that pattern, which is extremely useful. It just tells us our orbit around the planet when the atmosphere ends. And also, it tells us one more thing, as far as I'm aware so far. It tells us where our target is in relation to us, which is pretty cool. Very nice, very nice. There's also the node information, like how long till the node, the delta V required, and the burn time. So that's very useful. A lot of useful information. Also, ditch those, and you get to see the payload here. I started this activated just in case. Just an earlier design thing. Might as well put it on, just in case. Yeah, Jeb, you just keep flying. You're fine. You're fine. Ignore that. I don't know what the thrust to weight ratio, why there's a thrust to weight ratio button there, but yeah, and then gear if we wanna. What counts as gear on this? Nothing. Okay. Apparently nothing. Well, then we'll just. I mean, seriously? Nothing? Okay. Sure, why not? Okay. And we also got staging, then the fact it tells SAS is on. I just like to demonstrate this button here, turning SAS off, turning it back on. Perfect. Okay, not perfect, but it's just fine. It becomes a very exact process when you can see all these indications. It's like I gotta get my pitch to 80 degrees. Gotta get my roll to 90. It's at 95. I don't want that. It actually does help that it tells me my roll and my pitch. The nav ball already shows you your pitch, but it doesn't show it. It shows it okay, but this tells you exactly what it is. And then it shows you your roll, which this nav ball does not. But we still have it because it's the good old nav ball. Oh, also I forgot this. Apparently it does. Okay. Well, it does show ours, but it's not exactly an updated version like this is. So, yeah, our goal right now is just to get an apoapsis, or our apogee. I've heard it been called by many things. I quite like the title of apogee and perigee, but our apogee or apoapsis, whatever suits your fancy, up to, I'd want it, since the space station needs to catch up to us, because we ain't waiting for no space station. We're gonna get an apoapsis of 225 kilometers, I'd say. That's pretty stable. That's a pretty stable, yeah, just pretty stable. Very nice. Very nice stable you have there. Be a shame if something were to happen to it. So, nothing will. And that's the end of that. Now, for this video at least, dun dun dun. Oh, also, I forgot, all these buttons, they do absolutely nothing. So, let's continue with the mission. Also, we are pretty much in space. Pretty much. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get into space. Get into space. It'll take a little bit. Also, I think I'm gonna change this now. That's for landing. Don't want that. At least not now. I suppose. I want to make use of this somehow. I didn't put cameras on, so. Well, we'll just put that on for now. We don't exactly need it, but as you can see here, the space station Kerbin, which I'm going to rename Kakar, the Kerbin Communications and Refueling Manned Space Station. I forgot the manned space station part when initially naming it just now. But anyway, so that's that now. So anyway, totally getting off track from what I wanted to originally say. Space Station Kerbin, at least that's what it's called for now, has an apoapsis of roughly 200 kilometers and has a periapsis of 197 kilometers, a 3-kilometer difference, which honestly is kind of horrible. I'd rather have it as close as possible, preferably within 1 kilometer, just to make it easier to dock with, so it doesn't have quite such an eccentric orbit, but oh well. Yes, that can be considered eccentric in some way. I mean, it even calculates its eccentricity, 0.002 degrees, an inclination of 2.687 degrees, or 2.7 if you want to round it. Just the roll a little here. Oop. Oop. Come on. Okay, we're good. Oh. We're gonna do an inclination plane change, or what? An orbital plane change later. So it's fine right now. Doesn't have to be exact. Within 5 degrees at least. It looks like it's pretty much doing that. Whatever. Anyway. Also, I found out nuclear engines, I don't know if it's a mod or if it's because of the latest update, overheat a lot faster. A lot faster. Like, it's crazy how fast. Like, I can't run it at full power for more than a couple seconds without it just going. And also, I want to note that this is a manned mission, and I've been doing a lot of unmanned missions with these satellites, so doing a manned mission feels kind of strange now. Also, another thing while we're just getting into orbit here, trying to make conversation, another thing, I am considering doing a video on basically what I call the Space Shuttle mod. It has an official name, but I'm calling it the Space Shuttle mod. It adds exactly that, the Space Shuttle. NASA's Space Shuttle, which sadly is now retired, the Space Shuttle program, RIP. So, I'm considering doing like a challenge or something, doing that an all EVA mission or something along those lines. Also, Apoapsis, whatever, coming up to 200 kilometers. I'm going to raise to around 220, just to give a 5 kilometer leeway. Good enough. Okay. So now what we're gonna do here. This is where my main concern comes in. In the second try, I got this far, and then I had some difficulty with the nuclear engines not providing enough thrust because I screwed up. Let me just get this. 235. Good enough. Okay, we'll fix that later. Right now I just want a rough orbit. Something that'll be sustainable. I learned my lesson last time. I tried to perfect it, and it did not end well. Also, we have this indicator here. That's very nice. We need to start this burn as soon as possible. So we're gonna just start it around as soon as we can get to the node. So I'd prefer within the next couple seconds, please. I'd like to start this burn a minute 30 at least before, because we're gonna run out of fuel on our main engine before this burn is over. So yeah, throttled up all the way, heading towards the node. Yeah, so nuclear engine comes in at a bit of an inconvenient time, but as long as we time it well, we should be okay. The last time I didn't time it well, and that's when things started to get kind of complicated and just very, very tedious. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a different experience here that's a bit more prosperous. And pitch is almost at 0 now. Just kind of funny. And it's at 0. Exactly 0. And it's rising. Very slow. Slowly but surely it's rising. And as you can see here, we have a beautiful, it looks amazing right here. Oh my gosh. Jeb, you are having a ball, man. You are having a ball. I'm sorry, I'm just extremely happy right now because this seems to, for the moment, seems to be going much better. And also in the last time, I kept forgetting to deploy my engines. I'd look down at my liquid fuel and I'd notice that it's all gone from that engine. And I didn't know how long it had been gone. Usually I'm very precise about those things. Just a little rusty. I've been kind of off the game for a while. I've really just been playing around with this enhanced cockpit. Or with this enhanced just interior. It works for it applies to all the different all the different cockpits. So the Mach 1 spaceplane cockpit, the Mach 2 spaceplane cockpit, well, the Mach 2 I haven't really tested. The interior is kind of so I haven't really tested it. I just kind of assumed it's not there, but I'll see it. I'll try eventually. Anyway, so burn is going fantastic. We've already accomplished most of it. We just need to let the nuclear engines do their thing. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this burn and not have to worry about burning up in the atmosphere, because that's another thing I almost had to worry about in the second take, because I got so low. My periapsis was like 51 kilometers. Not good at all, but I survived, and then I crushed, and then space debris crushed my solar panels. Anyway, but this is the third take, and I am kind of stressed out, to be honest, about this part. The last part I think I was just really frustrated and tired. I've also spent a good portion of the day, quite a few hours, trying to install this one mod, which I really desperately wanted. It's the extra, I'll just tell you now, it's the extra planetary launch pad mod. It allows for exactly that, launch pads on different planets, and I thought it would just be easy, standard download, but no. It was like, no, you want this, you gotta work for it. I tried so much. Oh, it was really stressful. I just tried, like, I don't know if I can even go through that mentally again, because that was horrible. Also, 1.1 kilometers to orbit, not quite there yet. We'll probably get there, hoping. Anyway, so continuing with the story. So, extravehicular launch pads, it looked kind of like an older mod to me. They had to, the original developer sort of abandoned it or gave up. I don't know what the story is. It just was put in the hands of another person. That's all I know. And so that person has been updating it, and I tried working with it, and it did not work. It just, well, it did work, but you see, to launch from an extravehicular or from an extra planetary launch pad, you actually need resources, and I read about how there's a way to configure that. You have to do debug equals false. You have to type in debug equals false, or debug equals true. It's true by default, but I don't know what happened. I must have I think I installed it wrong and I clicked something wrong. I installed it right, but I clicked something wrong, and then I couldn't, now I had to use resources, and so I spent hours trying to fix the problem, and it just ended up with me deleting the mod from my Kerbal Space Program. So yeah, hours wasted. Actually, not quite. Hours not quite wasted, because now I know. So yeah. Also, I want to throttle up a tiny bit. Although that is going to slowly overheat my engines, I kind of want to accelerate this a little bit faster. Starting to, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned, because we are going pretty well. Oh crap, why did I do that? No. I want that burn to keep going. Look at how hard that's working. 800 specific impulse. It's not quite good for this situation, but I put it on anyway. It's sort of my standard launcher, and when I was launching the satellites and stuff, and the space station even, I think I used this launcher for I noticed how efficient it was, so I decided I would use it on more stuff, and I don't know, it might have been a bit of a mistake. It's more of an interplanetary kind of, I think it's more of an interplanetary vehicle. I accidentally built an interplanetary vehicle, and that is awesome. That just covers interplanetary stuff when we get to it. So, my plans for this series, in terms of missions, just want to state in the near future, finish the space station, get all the modules of the space station up, and then start work on, I don't quite know what's next. I'm considering a Minmus colony, maybe install the Q-Fin mod, and get a Minmus colony, and then a Minmus space station, and that's why I wanted the extra planetary launch pads, because then I wouldn't have to spend all my time launching from just from Kerbin to Minmus. I could try and do it legitly, but it just doesn't seem worth it to have to gather all those resources and then build just one rocket when I'm going to be using them so frequently. The launch pads, I mean. How are we doing on altitude? I could just look this up here. It's a bit more convenient, honestly, to look at the top, because I'm so used to that. So yeah, let's see here. We seem to be doing okay on the burn, okay on the altitude. Looks like we may be slowly overheating. I just increased the throttle a little. Yeah, we are overheating, but that's okay, because now, last take I also was doing a lot of near overheating stuff, and I was really concerned about that, so now I know about it. Last time I didn't, of course. Also, these are now lit up on the Napa. Excuse me, so they did improve that, and they also put lines on it, which I don't think were on there before. Sorry, my voice is cracking a lot today. Bit dehydrated also, so oh well. So let's just see here. We're doing great on the burn. let's see, what's our velocity? 1.9 kilometers. Our apoapsis, 222 kilometers, 222 kilometers. Our periapsis is negative 17 kilometers and rising. Or dropping. Would it be dropping since it's... No, it'd be rising. It's universal, I think, the term rising in numbering is just universal. Okay, we now have a periapsis that's at least above negatives. So it's above the ground. But it's not high enough. So we're just going to need to get that figured out. Which should be fine. Oh, seriously though, look at the liquid fuel. I want to check how much delta V does this thing have at the current moment. Wow. At the very least, that's enough for an interplanetary burn. The very, very... it's probably worth a lot. It could probably do a lot more than that, but that's a fair amount of potential there. Good enough for my purposes right now. So, I just want to note that we won't be doing a lot of stuff. Okay, what's happened with the engine? Why are we not... Okay, for some reason I thought we had finished the burn. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff within Kerbin. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff within Kerbin's sphere of influence. So don't expect a lot of interplanetary stuff for now. I may send a probe or two. I've also established a protocol for interplanetary travel. First of all, well, at least scientific research and communication. First of all, we send an SAC orbital probe. First of all, we send a flyby probe just to gather the faraway data, faraway science, and then transmit that back to the KSC. Second of all, we send a SAC, Science and Communications orbital probe, to get a near planet data, get some near planet data, and then we send a... Now this is the most time-consuming one. We send in my opinion, the most difficult one. We send a CAR, Communications and Refueling, manned space station there. And then after that, or Kerbal, whatever, then we send a colonization mission, unless it's something like Joule, and then we just stop at the sun, if we do even do that. Because they'd be gas giants there, or just not able to land on them. So, yeah. Also, apoapsis, way higher than I'd like. I think, yeah, the burn's off, of course, because, well, we went way past the nodes. So, here's our current position. I would like to adjust this, get up there, but I want the periapsis to be, actually I want the periapsis to kind of intersect the space station. Of course, we're going to be doing an orbital plane change here. I don't know if I have to call it an orbital plane change or not, but I'm calling it that. So we'll adjust if need be. Let me just tune down my periapsis here a little and get that down a bit. Point towards the node and time accelerate. I'm just going to do this in regular third person or third Kerbal, third ship, EVA view. I'm just gonna call it, because it is the view you'd see from a Kerbal when EVAing. Just burn a little. Okay, considering this is only going to take like a couple seconds, okay, we're just going to go flying right past the node. Why not? Original plan accomplished, sure. Just increase our speed ever so slightly. point. Okay, 1 point. Okay, 1 and lowering. Get within like 3, 2, 1. I also like how in the new update. I like how in the new updates, there's you can just deactivate the node right from your the staging view, if you will. Okay, put a node right at the sending node, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, 0.0, nice. Very difficult. It's kind of difficult to get that. Also, look, 2013.3 meters per second, 2013.4, 2013. Just, we're doing this in 2014, but 2013, everybody. Okay, okay, 2000. Okay, it's just raising, raising. Okay, get to about there, and plane change. Yes, this should work quite well. Should. I'm still impressed with this this improved IVA. It is very awesome. Very awesome. Overheating. It happens. It happens. There we go. Good enough. Oh, why did I do that? Okay. I hit X, which if you know the hotkeys, some of the hotkeys of Kerbal Space Program, you'll know that that's an automatic shut-off engine. And if you didn't know that, then I just told you. Of course. So that automatically just shuts off the engine. And now it was trying to go towards the node, and then of course I disabled the node. Okay, what am I at? 0.0. So I'm at perfect alignment, near perfect alignment in that respect. Okay, that was weird. Look at how beautiful Kerbin looks. Yeah, I suppose that's just the point. Oh, also, before I forget, press 1. So you have to press it twice. For me, at least. I don't know about all of you, but I have to press it twice. And I've tested this, and it can actually, it can provide its own power quite well, as you can see. Like, insanely well. Like, that is crazy how well. There's going to be a bunch of communications devices, though, that are going to be constantly running, so we'll see. We will see. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Space Center, and we're going to time accelerate this whole thing. So, yeah. And of course now we can time accelerate at the KSC main menu, if you will, or the tracking station. It's going to be very slow, but eventually there will be a catch up. Pretty sure there will be. Is it just going to stay in a perfectly stable... I mean, what's going on? Come on. You're gonna just tweak that. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's just get on the CAR Manned Space Station Power Module. Also, this is, of course, a manned mission, as you have seen. So, I've created a little escape system, of which I'm quite proud of, because it's very compact, and it's very, very efficient. Very nice. So, let's see, how are we doing on the orbits? Okay, so we're going to get within 8.7 kilometers. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, let's see here. Get around there. I want to see which one's which. I can't... I'm going to assume it's around there. There we go. Approximately there. So, I'm just gonna... Okay. Come on. Yeah, that's not a very safe orbit. Okay, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna kind of eyeball this then. Just point retrograde. So we're within, what do you want to call it? Visual range, not visual. We're within, just no, identification range. You can actually see it on there. Actually, just remembered, MechJeb has is very slow when trying to get retrograde or trying to point retrograde or prograde. So we're just gonna. How far are we? Are we close? Okay, we're gonna point retrograde, and then we're going to burn until. Wait, we burn. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna burn retrograde. In an attempt to zero out with the target. Okay. I should have probably picked a better engine than this one for this sort of thing. Oh well, its work is almost... This nuclear engine's work is almost done. And I've learned from my mistakes before, so we're going to be dumping this engine earlier than I did last time. Also, I'm going to quick save here real fast. Just in case. Right as we're zeroing out our velocity in terms with the target. Okay, good enough. Now let's point... Right, it doesn't do that. Okay, so we're just going to point towards the target here, and we're going to burn to about 10 meters per second, probably. No, 5, I guess. Okay. And gonna go straight for it here and see what happens. Oh no, okay. Now we want to go. Now I want to take manual control here and go retrograde. Just burn off all that. Just burn to zero it out again. Okay. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me just turn out. And point towards the target. And now I want to go about 5 meters. 5 meters a second. Come on. Why don't I try this without this part? Let me just totally get rid of it. And we're also going to retract the panels because I don't trust this. I don't trust this little bit of space debris. What are we doing on monopropellant? Good enough. That should be able to get us docked. It's gonna have to. It's also since we have all that reduced weight, we can just, this is much easier to do. Much easier to maneuver. There we go. Approximate. I'll go to 8. Okay, we're gonna point retrograde again. Wait, actually I want to see what happens here. No, okay, we're gonna... Okay, let's see here. Of course, okay. Just a lot of maneuvering. Okay, and now since we're a fair way away from the space debris, I'm just gonna extend all these panels again. Yeah, we're good enough. That worries me though, a little bit, but oh well. Now we're just gonna wait for the very close encounter that we get. Which I'm surprised we're even getting here, to be quite honest. I just realized I can just point this in one direction, really. It doesn't matter. One direction and then I'll just go both ways. Okay, around. Come on. Come on. Okay, just... Come on, okay. Burn, 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 burn. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Now I can just point towards the target. And oh my gosh, it's just doing it for me pretty much. making this is extremely easy right now. It's not usually this easy at all. Okay. So we're just gonna decelerate a little here. Give me some time. Switch to... Where do I... You know what? I want to put it... Let me just set this as a target. I want to point it away from the target. Oh wait, can it move? Oh, no it can't. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Switch to. Well, we're gonna have to go in. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's just set this as a target. And then point north like that. I like that. I'm liking that quite a lot. Okay. Now we'll just burn. Let's just do docking. Oh, no, we gotta center, I suppose. Okay, we'll just center that. Okay, so sorry about that. Just little thing. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna actually. I just realized we're gonna need to point upside down. So yeah. Oh, and that is rapidly. Oh no, that's just because of how big how big the craft is. Okay. So. Okay, here we go. Kind of zero out all that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now what we're gonna want to do is okay, so just gonna go like that. Boom. I'm excited, this is working. Okay, so now what we can do is just get this. Sorry if this is kind of boring. I might fast forward. Might just time accelerate or post edit time acceleration. So, okay, so that's okay, so just how can I get this to go? Okay, seems we're doing okay here. Oh no, yeah, I did not orientate correctly. Okay. Just, come on. And come on. Okay. Looks like we're pretty good here. Come on, and... What? Oh. Oh yeah, okay. I'll just retract these. Oh. Retract all of them, I mean. And, come on, come on, come on, come on, just... Oh, wait, is it? Oh no, it's Oh, great. That's wonderful. That is just wonderful. It is rotating now. Now I have to reorientate myself to account for that. Well, it's just wonderful. Okay, so now I have to deal with this. Okay, so we're back, and I'm just getting... So, you probably didn't see all of that, but it took me so long to get that to work. So I'm extremely excited, and I figured out that the docking ports may not be in the most wonderful position, so those are probably just going to be for small probes. And also, now we're going to be deorbiting. Not... What? No, I said deorbiting. No, I said deorbiting. Oh crap. I didn't quick save when I was on the ship. Seriously? I mean, no, seriously? Seriously. And I did put cameras on. Well, with the remaining power we have, we might as well take a look at what we've got. Space. We've got space. Fantastic. Excuse me a moment. Okay, so Jebediah Kerman has gone MIA. Totally not because I tried to use HyperEdit and screwed up. No, but so yeah, he's gonna be MIA. And also, I need to resync one of the satellite here. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, there are 4 of them. I put 4 on here. Awesome. Okay, we can activate them. We can do satellite 3. What else? We can do satellite 2. And we can do satellite 1. So we'll just activate that. Satellite 1. Look at this. We can have full connection now. Near full connection. It's good enough. It can connect to 2 satellites at once. So that's awesome. We now have connection. We don't just need to be passing over mission control. Ship debris. So that's amazing. I want to make sure this can sustain itself though. Just a quick test. Okay, so yes, it can in fact sustain itself quite well. So that's good. Okay, so we no longer have some when I actually put it up, I wasn't really having a power problem, but this is just for the satellite system I'm going to be sending up. And this was an extremely productive episode. And look at this. This is near full connection. I like that. I'm good with that. Everything is connected. Everything is connected via all these. I actually want to see, how does the connection work? How is the connection? Like, for at least this orbit, how is the connection? Well, it'll never... I mean... Okay, so there is like a bit of a blank there. Okay, so there's a bit of a blind spot there. That's okay with me. It's good enough. Now we lose connection with that one. And that all goes into a try setup. Okay, so in the next episode, I think we're gonna send up the communications module. Probably gonna have to attach it. Oh wait, is this? Is that just? Wait. Wait, what? Wait a second, let me see here. I'm sorry, I need to see something real quick. This is being strange. I don't usually build space stations, I just kind of send individual missions, so it's a bit of a new territory for me. Okay, well, let's see here. How's this? Why is this? Oh. Okay, and also I just remembered why I even started, why I kept recording. I wanted to officially rename this vessel. Oh, by the way, it's a station. It was originally a probe, but I changed it into a vessel type of a station. It's going to be the KCAR Manned Space Station. Woohoo! So, yeah, now we've got the KCAR Manned Space Station, and it has its first module. It has the core and probably the most essential module besides communication. So, woohoo! Okay, well, I have been Rudlin the Elf. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.